know, Stokely is definitely one of my top most influential people. Because he really developed a lot throughout his life. Like his last book that he wrote, which is called Ready for Revolution. A lot of his speeches were geared towards black men rather than just black people in general. And he may have said black people in general, but he knew that you know back then he really focused more on black men rather than black men and black women. And even he had a book called Black Power, the Politics of Liberation, which he basically talks about voting. And I did encourage people to read that book who I've talked to about voting for the most part. But that book speaks about how he started, you know, as far as the Black Power in Louds County, Georgia. And I just think he had a lot of great ideas that kind of fell to the wayside after I think the Civil Rights Bill and all those bills got passed. Everything just pretty much went down the drain because black people felt that we achieved everything we needed to achieve, and
For the same word.
yeah.
My favorite black leader would have to be Barack Obama. I'm not like I really respect Barack Obama because just for the simple fact that he was our first black president.
I really like Eartha Kitt. She's very fierce and very unspoken and unapologetic.
I got a lot, man. I got a couple. So right off the head, I could say Malcolm X.
My favorite black leader is Angela Davis. She embodies everything that I aspire to be. Strong, determined, she's not going to take from anybody.
I gotta go with MLK. I know it's a cliche, but he did a lot for us. I'm an alpha. He's an alpha.
Well, at the moment, my favorite black leader is going to have to be my professor, Dr. Wallace. She's the one who got me to be an AWS major, and I think she opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that's going on, like how, slavery isn't over and how we're still enslaved mentally.
My uncle, actually, just off the strength that he's actually walked the path that I'm walking, and I get a kind of a glimpse into the future. Like he went to college up in SUNY Albany, actually, and he got knowledge stuff. He's a 5%er. You know what I'm saying? He learned all, the gods and herbs and stuff like that, a lot of street knowledge. And then he went out, worked for the state, got a job with his degree, you know what I'm saying, with the knowledge of self still. And then basically he was learning how to operate in the white man's world. So then after a while, he just went out and just dropped everything and just went off and just did his own job, and made his own career, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because he tells me that you gotta hustle the hustler. So it's just really cool, you know what I'm saying? Because I get to speak, and he just basically tells me and shows me what's coming, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta put my little spin on it, but basically it all starts with knowledge of self, and that's what he said. Once you know who you are, you can know where you're going.
I agree though with what you said. Like people just join it without any knowledge of what they're really joining or what's going on in the world in general. They
Just following. It's a trend.
Like,
it's a trend. Black Lives Matters is a trend.
It's necessary, but I think we're very inconsistent.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not consistent. Like, when something happens, we protest for maybe 2 days and then it's gone. If we keep going on and when we have an issue and we stay consistent, I think it will stay, relevant. It'll be leaders jumping in when things happen, but I think we're very inconsistent.
I think a lot of leaders, so-called leaders now, are high-octane ego. Typical people.
Unfortunately,
it's like if it ain't done their way, then it's the highway type of thing. And granted, there's people who probably can be great leaders. I mean, everybody's a leader in their own right, but it's like if you are ego-driven, then nothing's really gonna get done. Because then you're gonna be like you're gonna be in a group, and you're gonna be, telling people to do this and that, and then if they disagree or have a difference of opinion.
Did Malcolm X go to college?
Did Malcolm X go to college? No, he did not.
No.
Did Malcolm X go to college? I don't think so.
The unfortunate thing is that black people sometimes, we're motivated only when someone gets shot and we see it on TV. That's when the riots and protesting start to happen. There needs to be a consistent motivation to drive through that commitment of being together and creating that infrastructure. But the only time it seems like we get really motivated is like when one of us dies. Like, is that
thing.
sad? Like,
That's the ego
when somebody
thing.
dies, now you want to say the police.
Protesting, that was that 50, 60 years ago. That's something that happened 50, 60 years ago. What do you guys think we can do now to improve that kind of movement?
I think it's time for us to build infrastructure. If that's the answer to your question, like what we should do now, we should utilize social media. Like we can build groups across like the whole country. Someone from Cali could speak to someone in New York, and they can talk to each other. They don't even have to meet each other. They can make their own different groups, and then that could be part of a coalition or something like that, where they can start
like
making
a chapter.
Exactly a chapter, and they can distribute goods and resources to people.